So I've conducted over 7,000 investigations of property damage in 10 states and the Bahamas. I've seen it all. And a good majority of that, for 7 different engineering firms, I worked for the insurance industry. I learned all their tricks. I may have invented a few tricks, unfortunately, while I was there. But I've had an epiphany. I changed sides. I came across in 2015. I joined the Restoration Association of Florida. I met with Richie. And at this point in my career, my job, and I can answer any questions, I've seen it all, but my job with the Restoration Association of Florida is to bulletproof everybody's product, because sooner or later someone has to explain what happened to a jury. And that's my job at this point in my career. I spend a lot of time talking to attorneys, explaining what went on, because I'm the witness that has to explain what happened to the building at trial. We call it a causation expert, and that's what I do. Now, the other trades come in, and they're very important for estimating the damage. But someone has to explain to the jury what happened, tell the story. And that's my job. And when I work for AQA, I don't manage their engineer. Abby's the engineering manager. But I look at all their product, and I make sure it's going to stand up. And when I look at restoration work, where's the drought log? Where's the mold report? There's things I need to explain to the jury what's going on. So that's kind of where I'm at in my career. I spend a lot of time talking to attorneys, most of them by force, called a subpoena. But I've done over 600 depositions, and I've testified over 50 times at trial. And pretty much there isn't anything I haven't seen. Now, as far as AQA specifically, I've spent a lot of time. AQA is, I didn't have the wherewithal to start a company like AQA. If I did, it would be exactly like AQA. The technicians they're really, really professional. They're well-trained. I typically follow behind them as an auditor sometimes to make sure what they're seeing is what's in the evidence. But you need companies like AQA, like public adjusters, like roofers. I work with roofers too. Roofers do a really good job explaining things to the insurance company. And that's how we used to do business. A public adjuster, another expert would say, hey, here's the damage, and here's what we think it's going to cost to get these people back to a pre-loss condition. And that's what everybody needs to understand. They always ask me, well, can't you just repair the roof? I go, yeah. You know what my definition of repair is? To return to a pre-loss condition via a Florida Building Code compliant permit. And Florida Building Code don't let you remove half the roofing, right? It's all got to come off. So don't let someone from an insurance company say, oh, your damage isn't that bad, we think we can repair it. Well, the person you talk to ain't never repaired a roof. He's never inspected a roof. He's never designed a roof. It's just some desk adjuster. And if you take it, underpayment, then you're probably shorting yourself. You need to involve an expert. It doesn't cost anything, right? Just have another set of eyes. And if you've been denied or you received a short payment, let's say below deductible, that denial letter, that underpayment letter, that's the first step in you getting paid. That's step one. You bring that to a company like AQA, a public adjuster, even roofing companies. They can take that and say, let me make a call. Many times, it'll get another look. And on the and I don't want to scare everybody that everything goes to trial. Of the 7,000 investigations, 50 have been to trial. It's because the work we do at the Restoration Association and AQA, we have evidence. We follow certain standards. And And when the other side takes on a case and we're on the other side, we're on the insured side, the homeowner side, they know it's going to be a tough battle. And a lot of times they'll give another look. Sometimes they'll write a check if they don't have to talk to me one more time. But you're in a bad situation. Every homeowner in Florida that has damage is in a very difficult situation. I don't want to turn this into a political rally, but the insurance companies have been emboldened by some of the political action that's happened in Tallahassee. And unfortunately, especially this area, this is going to be worse. Do you know they tried to go back in time with the statute to cover Ian and Nicole? Retroactive some of the statutes they're talking about doing. And these statutes are going to be super, super difficult to accommodate. It's not business as usual. Some of the people I'm working with, like AQA, I think we've got it figured out. Is it going to be exactly like it was before? No, but we're on it. We're going to work on it. We're going to restructure. We're going to figure it out. But this is a whole new ball game. Ian's going to be twice as difficult as Michael. 3 times as difficult as Irma to get your fair. When I say fair, what you're due. Not what they're willing to pay. What you are due. You have a contract with the insurance industry, your insurance carrier. It's called your policy. I don't know why they call it a policy. Why not just call it a contract? And in that contract, there's certain things they must do. They don't always point that out to you, but someone needs to be looking over what they're doing. And unfortunately, that's what I spend a lot of my time doing.